Hello everyone, this is Tim, and this pile of stuff here was sent a while back from Pete Spahn, who owns Small Niche Games, or Small Niche Games. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff here. I traded some Vampire the Masquerade 2nd edition stuff for basically just about everything that Pete has put out. It's really impressive. I loved running his adventures at conventions. This is one of them, Blood Moon Rising. Um, all of his modules are non-linear. They're more sandboxy, and I love them for that. There's lots of random encounters, and yes, there is plot, but it's not like a giant hook in the player's mouth that has to drag them around everywhere, which I really appreciate. So, like, he sent me Blood Moon Rising. This is great for like a Halloween one-shot. The Inn of Lost Heroes. I have not ran this one yet, but I'm looking forward to maybe doing these solo if I can't get a group, or maybe with my son. These days I might be using Basic Fantasy with him because he likes that system. But yeah, Oak Grove Whispers, and I love the monochromatic or gradient like covers that he has. I don't know, I just like that simple format. It's sweet. These were all statted for Labyrinth Lord, which is a retro clone of Basic and Expert Dungeons and Dragons from back in the day. But it wouldn't be that hard to use them with modern versions of D&D, because they all have like 6 stats, and you might need a little bit of elbow grease here and there. The Shrine of Saint Alina. This one, I haven't played this one either, The Stealer of Children, so I'm looking forward to learning about that. Look at that art. That's great. I have ran this one, Pyramid of the Dragon, and it starts out with this awesome, like, in media res fight between dragons that the players witness, and they have to kind of decide what to do from there. That actually took a lot of planning from the players that I put this through. They're like, well, do we actually want to do that? What do we want to do, you know? So, yeah, that was cool. He also sent me Brave the Labyrinth. These are zines, and I believe there's 5 of them. And, yep, there's, let me think here, maps inside, obviously, different adventures, Better Than Starving. Oh, that's a nice character sheet. Let me just do that real quick. Wow, check that out. That is all fancy and stuff. I rather like that. I've I've ran Labyrinth Lord quite a bit, and I really enjoyed it. Especially when I was kind of burned out on like 3rd edition 3.5, and just the simplicity of BX Dungeons and Dragons was like a breath of fresh air. But yeah, he sent me that. I said there's 5 of these suckers. So yeah, Pete outdid himself with what he sent me. I couldn't believe it. It came in like 4 boxes. This is all through Drive-Thru RPG. And all of his prices for stuff are really reasonable. Check out that like beetle guy. I like that little logo. But yeah, Pete blew me away with how much stuff that he sent. And I hope that he gets to play some Vampire the Masquerade. I don't think he has yet. So that's some of the smaller stuff he sent. Then we kind of get into like the chunkier stuff. The Chronicles of Amherst. And I have not done this, but it's definitely thicker than the adventures that I used to run based off of his stuff. But I did see the map was in here. Just do that real quick. I just love black and white fantasy maps, like those ones that are in the beginning of like novels and so forth. But yeah, Amherst. And the Duchy of Vollenwall. Sweet. I don't know if I should flip through that or not, but yeah, there's some cool art. Check it out, it almost looks like an eyeball in that castle. Haven't ran that. Goalkeep in the Goal Lands. I believe he had sent me a PDF of this a long time ago, and this just seems awesome. This is like, it's almost like Ravenloft in a lot of ways, from what I remember. I'm sorry about that. Just find some art. Got some sweet maps. Let's see if we can find some art for you. More maps. Yeah, I just lots of focus on like dungeon crawling and exploring the area. And I think this had more of like a creepy vibe, from what I can remember. Again, probably another thing if you wanted to do like a Hollywood Halloween type one shot or campaign. Really, this is more like campaign material. The Goal Keep. The skies darkened, the earth shook, and the followers of the cursed Valen wailed as the Gold King conjured forth the dread walls of Morkal to seal the paths of the dead. Sweet. Yeah, got some ghoul guys in here. So yeah, good stuff. Oh man, that was the. Let's do that guy. Where's he at? Yeah, check him out. He's the guy I kind of remember from PDF. Sweet. But yeah, that's a good chunky book. And then these two kind of blew me away. I know that these were labors of love for him. Guidebook to the city of Dolmvey, which, if you're an old schooler, Moldvey might ring a bell. But yeah, these are hardback books, and he said that a lot of this came from just adventuring that he'd done with his gaming groups over the years. So you know that he's put lots of love and time into all this kind of stuff. I really wish that I could spend more time gaming just to get through some of this stuff. Like I said, I might have to do like solo. Check that out. That looks wild. I like that format there. The contrast is that's just sweet. Let's see what we can find real quick. Isle of Heroes. Some spider. But yeah, there's just lots of good gaming stuff in here. Like random encounters, random tables. Pete is just freaking amazing at this. Oh, here's a big map of the artist rendition of the city of Dolmvey. Check that out. So yeah, if you want a fantasy city, this seems like it's got you covered. Probably not as in depth as like Batolis, but it's getting there. So yeah, there's that. Again, it's just so awesome to just have this in my collection. Just to know that I could go and just grab this whenever I want is sweet. So there's that, and then yeah, more stuff. You can kind of see the gold lands are way up top there, but the guidebook to the Duchy of Vaughnwall, special edition. Yeah, check that out. That's just sweet. And again, this is kind of like all in his like Labyrinth Lord setting, and a lot of his adventures can easily like tie into all this these areas. Yeah, I don't know why I'm starting at the back. I guess it's just easier to flip. Yeah. Just try to find some cool looking stuff for you real quick. Yeah, but you can see the format's real clear. It's easy to read. The type's real bold. The Lost Temple of Saint Hesta. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time, but yeah, got some maps here. It's just nice to have like cool stuff in your gaming collection that you can kind of like show off to people. And honestly, if you just need some inspiration, like this kind of stuff, like let's say you're running like a pirate campaign, like this would just be perfect for that. Just look at that, hexes and locations. It's very cool. So thank you, Steve, for all this cool stuff. He sent me that, and then he also sent me a new game, I guess, is Tropes. And this is the zombie version of that. Tropes Zombie Edition, Zombie Companion, and Flight of the Zombie. Now, Pete does also some like World War I and World War II type RPGs, but this is something completely different. He said this is a new like rules light system. He's kind of curious to see what I think of it. Don't really know yet. Wish I had more time to read. But yeah, thank you very much, Pete, for all this cool stuff. And I'll put a link down below. Thanks.